After months of acrimony, Colombia's Petro is about to meet Trump. Colombian President Gustavo Petro is heading to Washington for a high-stakes trip to meet U.S. President Donald Trump, the first in-person meeting between the two after months of escalating tensions and angry rhetoric. Venezuela, drug trafficking, oil, security and U.S. strikes on alleged drug vessels will be high on the agenda when they meet at the White House on Tuesday. While the two men were cordial in a phone call after the January 3 U.S. military operation to seize Venezuela's President Nicolás Maduro, Petro has since said he believes that there is a real threat of military action against Colombia. Trump, for his part, has previously said that a military operation in Colombia sounds good. Tuesday's meeting follows months of the two leaders trading barbs, with Petro repeatedly criticizing the repeat U.S. strikes on the alleged drugs boats in the Caribbean and Pacific, as well as the White House's immigration policies. In an interview with the BBC last month, Petro went as far as to compare U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agents to Nazi brigades and accused the U.S. of treating other countries as part of its empire. On the U.S. side, Trump has accused Petro's government of not doing enough to stop the flow of cocaine heading north, and has vowed to expand strikes to land targets across the region. But the acrimony seemed to dissipate following a cordial phone call between the two leaders, which a Colombian official later described as an 180-degree turn from both sides. According to diplomatic sources, one man, Rand Paul, U.S. Senator for Kentucky, was instrumental in setting up the conversation. "I believe in diplomacy and I thought our relations were going in the wrong way," the senator told the BBC. "And I'd like to see our relations improve." Paul, who has sometimes clashed with Trump himself, added that he believed the upcoming meeting in Washington could build on the earlier dialogue between the two men. Ahead of Tuesday's visit, Colombian Foreign Minister Rosa Yolanda Villavicencio said that much of the conversation would focus on shared U.S. and Colombian concerns over security in Venezuela, with which Colombia shares a 1,367-mile (2,200 kilometers) border. Much of that border is under the sway of the National Liberation Army, or ELN. This Colombian guerrilla group, which was founded in the 1960s, controls drug trafficking, extortion, contraband and illegal mining of gold and coltan in border states such as Zulia, Chira, Apure, and Amazonas, and works with corrupt elements of the Venezuelan government. While in Colombia the group operates against the government, in Venezuela it often serves the interests of the state, according to security analysts, and operates as a paramilitary-style organization. Insight Crime, a Medellin-based think tank, estimates that 1,200 of the group's approximately 6,000 members operate in Venezuela, with a presence in 8 of its 24 states. There will be a constructive conversation about the path forward for stabilizing and securing the Venezuelan-Colombian border and U.S.-Colombia relations, Democratic Senator Chris Coons told the BBC ahead of the Trump-Petro meeting. For Trump, addressing the threat of the ELN will be vital to ensuring security for U.S. firms involved in Venezuela's oil industry after Maduro was seized. The removal of Maduro potentially creates an opportunity for a strategic partnership between him and Petro. Elizabeth Dickinson, Deputy Director for Latin America at International Crisis Group, said the ELN had the potential to spoil those ambitions by targeting foreign investors and employees, as it has previously done in Colombia. Money made by the ELN's mineral and drug trafficking operations, she explained, often included payments to elements of the Venezuelan military. That money flowing up and down the system through the Venezuelan armed forces is fundamental to its cohesion, she said. Asking the same Venezuelan military to go after the ELN,